Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Ark Survival Evolved video. Today we are going to be looking at how to get the ice wyvern eggs, and they are in a very cold environment known as Jotunheim. We want to spawn in the north section, and make sure that you bring some really warm clothing. If you don't bring some warm clothing, you are going to freeze to death extremely fast. Another thing that I would recommend, even with warm clothing, it's really cold, is a tech canteen, because the tech canteens have a setting for making it really cold or making it really hot. And if you drink the tech canteen on the hot setting, like you see me do in this video here, what's going to end up happening is you are going to get a insulation boost, where even though it's really cold and even if your armor is not the best, you're not going to take as much damage from the cold. So you can see in here it's absolutely freezing. I'm not wearing the best fur by any means, but I am not dying because I have the tech canteen on hot. So you want to head towards the blue obelisk once you spawn here in Jotunheim, and you'll see those set of ribs, and you will see this spike pointing out from behind the ribs. Once you get into that area, you are going to see a trench here that looks a little bit different than the regular wyvern trenches that you're used to seeing. What we're going to do is, as we go down that tunnel right there, you'll start to see the typical wyvern scar rocks that we're used to seeing, and that's where your wyverns are going to be spawning. So the technique that I use is I either come in here at night with a bat on invisibility and grab the eggs that I want and teleport out, or if I want to come in here during the daytime, I will pack my giga and I will come in on a rock drake and just let him murder the wyverns, and then I can just go ahead and select whatever eggs I feel like at that time without having to worry about any more wyverns showing up and attacking us. So the giga doesn't have to be anything special. I would recommend that you have one that's got a little bit of stats pumped into melee. This one's just a standard clone of a tamed one that I did a week ago. I cloned it so I wouldn't have to worry about risking the one that I actually care about. But he is just a wild. He's not imprinted to me or anything like that, so it doesn't have to be a raised giga or anything like that. It just has to be one that's got some stats pumped into melee. So in this video here, I kind of was doing this for the first time, so I tried luring them out first, and I ended up taking a little bit of damage to my rock drake, which I don't want to happen. So what you'll see me do here in a second is I'm actually going to jump on the back of that giga and just walk in there and murder them. The area is so small that the wyverns don't have room to really maneuver around your giga, and your giga can walk through there comfortably. So you can just walk in there, slaughter them without them being able to put any kind of fight up, and take the eggs that you desire. So you'll see me do that here in just a second after I finish off the wyverns that actually did come out. So that way you don't end up having damage to really anything. The wyverns themselves don't do massive damage. They just slow stuff down, kind of freezing it. Over time it can be bad, of course, but when it comes to just finding the egg the first time, I take a giga right in there and just not worry about the back and forth game that you're going to see me play here with this one and try to get it out. So right in the giga in there is your best option. It would have shortened this down from a 6-minute endeavor all the way down to probably like a 2 or 3 minute endeavor at the absolute maximum. So the rock drakes and the giga combination, absolute best way to get these eggs. You don't have to risk any kind of damage to yourself, any kind of damage or loss of tames. Even a 190 ice wyvern is not going to be any matched for a giga that's got some good melee. And if you've got a giga that is actually imprinted to you, it'll be even less of a challenge than otherwise. So here we go. I'm going to change out my rock drake and start riding the giga in there, and you will see that he fits in there just fine. The environment is so small that the wyverns don't have a chance to really fight back, and then I can just pick through whatever eggs that I actually want, take what I want, use them for kibble or use them for taming other things, as we might take a look at later this week when it comes to taming like your basilisks and things like that. So take your giga in there, he fits perfectly, and you won't have to worry about anything. Do keep in mind that if you get your tech canteen, to watch the timers, because once they run out, it will get cold and you will begin to die very quickly. So just take a sip whenever you start to get low on the timer over in the bottom corner. So no room for that guy to actually run away. The giga's bite radius is huge, so all I had to do was just chomp down on him and he stood no chance. So now here I am at the back of the cave. Both of the eggs are here. I can pick whichever ones I want. Now, If they do end up coming out to be really low or really crap levels, one thing that you can do is just murder everything in the trench with your giga, go out of render range, and come back. This one was a 165 egg, so that one's actually worth raising. But as you'll see over here, the one that I'm about to go look at on this side, it's kind of crappy. It's not really worth raising. I'm actually going to turn that into kibble for taming some other stuff. Like I think I'm going to try to tame a aberrant spino later this week. So you're going to get a ton of prime meat, so if you're interested in taming stuff, prime meat's great for you. For me, I'm just going to end up tossing it because right now I don't have a use for it. By the time I get it back to base, it will have expired anyways. But there you have it. That is how you get your ice wyvern eggs, and they do spawn up to 190 in this region in official servers. As always, this video was shot on a live official server with things set to the regular rate, so this is what you can expect to see when you come out here yourselves. Thank you once again for the watch. If you could please consider giving me a like if this video was at all helpful to you, I would greatly appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.